Film Pulse is supported by the kind donations from listeners like you. Please consider subscribing to our Patreon at patreon.com/filmpulse for just $1 a month and help keep the podcast on the air. Thank you so much and enjoy the show. This is Ryan Watches a Movie, where we get our friend Ryan to watch a movie and tell us what he thought.
Going balls out in the lumberyard.
Watching the Grunion Pro Magi. If you're listening to this, don't even waste your time.
Hello and welcome to Ryan Watches a Movie. This is episode number 248. My name's Adam Patterson. Today we're joined by Kevin Rakestraw. How are you, Kevin?
Pretty good.
We're also joined by Ryan Holes. How are you? Got that E3 fever? Watching some E3 stuff?
E3'd out.
E3'd out. Yeah. We'll talk about that after the show. What'd you watch this week?
Marie Antoinette.
Marie Antoinette. This is from 2006. Picked this in honor of the Beguiled. Is it The Beguiled or just Beguiled? I think it's just Beguiled.
No.
Is it The? Okay.
Beguiled.
All right. So I had it right the first time. This is written and directed by Sofia Coppola. I have a synopsis here. The retelling of France's iconic but ill-fated queen, Marie Antoinette, from her betrothal and marriage to Louis the 16th at 15, to her reign as queen at 19, and to the end of her reign as queen, and ultimately the fall of Versailles. Ryan, tell us a little bit about Marie Antoinette.
Kirsten Dunst is Marie Antoinette. She is supposed to marry this guy from a village from Switzerland, I believe. And she is supposed to marry a guy from France. Therefore, their marriage and children will ultimately bring France and Austria together. The first problem I had with this is that Kirsten Dunst and Jason Schwartzman and a few other people, they have no accent whatsoever. However, other people in their respective families have what accents they're supposed to. However, some of the other people that are in their families have English accents. And like Rose Byrne is one of her friends. She has an English accent. So I was very confused on who came from where throughout the entire movie. It made little sense.
Those accents are all over the place.
Yes. She is to marry this guy at 15, and she's carried by a carriage into a forest where there's, I assume, a safe meeting spot. And their families meet up, and they meet for the first time, and end up getting engaged and getting married, and they are trying to provide a future king because the prince that she married is known as the favorite of the children, and if their kid is firstborn, it equates to that grandchild being the favorite grandchild. So their big plan is to have a kid and provide a new heir to the throne. Well, at the beginning, the King of France marries a young girl who obviously Kristen doesn't get along with, and she calls her a harlot and whatnot. And she is very much younger, and not very much younger than the king. And she's not royalty. I believe she was at some point a prostitute, and nobody can figure out why the king's giving her attention because she's hot, and everyone else obviously doesn't like it. So she eventually, that's where, like, I rewatched that part a few times, and I'm looking on Wikipedia right now, and it doesn't say anything about that. And in the movie, that story just kind of fizzled out. I don't know if I missed saying, if I missed someone saying she died, or because I'm pretty sure they changed in the rest of the movie. So I don't believe anything happened to him at that point. But that story kind of just fizzled out. Then there's Jason Schwartzman, and I'm assuming he's very afraid of girls because after they're married, he look for what they call it. They call sex luck. They call luck, and
What do they call it? They call it luck?
Luck, L-O-C-K.
Oh, they call it lock.
And they call it, they use the build up to sex, and they call it cue making. And apparently, he is very shy, and really doesn't want to do anything with her, or is afraid to. Not to mention that every time they go to bed, when they wake, they have this like circular curtain around their bed. And when they wake up, there's instantly literally like 20 people, servants and whatnot, standing all around them, dressing them. But they're completely, well, not him, her, but she's completely nude. There's like several people just standing around. I believe that's an early Entourage. But,
Well, I don't know if... Okay, go ahead.
she has a daughter. Obviously, it's not a boy. So, their goal is to run air. And obviously, a girl doesn't do that. And in the middle of all this, she meets an American. And they have like a military party for some of the high-ranking American army people. And she meets one of them and ends up sleeping with one of them. And as a boy, only Jason Schwartzman obviously thinks the voice is. And then that's why it's kind of drops it there. Then, at the end of it, there's a huge mob attacking the castle at their end. And everyone's told to leave and it's unsafe. Oh, and they're forced to leave and stick by each other until the mob actually breaks in. And they'll leave. And the final shot is their bedroom after it has been trashed by the mob.
Okay. So what did you think of Marie Antoinette?
Dumb. A lot of unanswered questions. A lot of questionable actions. I don't know. It was all over the place.
I have not seen this movie. It's eluded me for a while. Like I do want to see it at some point. I know, Kevin, you mentioned you wanted to see this as well. Did you get a chance to watch it this week yet?
No, I did not yet.
I do want to catch up with this because when it first came out, I was interested, but not enough to actually go see it. Just the period pieces.
It's pretty funny at the beginning. I mean, Jason Schwartzman is obviously very uncomfortable with the whole scenario, and his actions and mannerisms make me laugh a lot. Because there's this look of fear on his face for like half the movie.
Yeah, it seemed like that there was a decent amount of comedy injected into this. Now, a lot of people have said that this is an example of style over substance, where everything is uber stylized and looks amazing, like the costume design and the production design, and the music is really good apparently, but there's just not a lot going on plot wise. Did you find that to be the case?
I guess.
What did you think of
There's a lot that goes unanswered.
lots of
I don't know
questions?
if I missed stuff or what.
Got a question for you.
But like I said, certain parts that I rewatched, I still couldn't figure it out.
Now,
Maybe.
knowing that me and Adam want to see this, would you recommend it to us?
No.
That was the music. The music is always kind of something that gets highlighted with this movie.
The music is alright. Apparently, Kristen Dunst can sing opera, which I wasn't aware of, unless it's someone else's voice dubbed to her.
Yeah, I don't know if it's her.
On Wikipedia, it says she gave birth to one son, another son, another daughter, and in the movie, there's 3 kids right there. In the movie, she gives birth to a daughter, and then a son to this American guy. That's it.
So they weren't even.
Unless they're like ghost children. I hadn't seen more than 2.
All right, so there were some historical inaccuracies happening here. That's not a good sign. Ghost children abound.
Now, but to me, it seems like the ghost children aspect would make it perhaps more interesting.
What?
Yeah, except for the fact that they're like actually ghost children that you just never see or encounter at all.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
It might as well be that they're just not even there.
I'm reading this and I'm like, what? I do this every week. I read the Wikipedia before we record. And I thought to myself, there's only 2 kids in this, not like 14. And she had 2 kids, a boy and a girl.
This did win an Academy Award for Best Achievement in Costume Design. What do you, so you thought the costuming was pretty good?
Yeah. I mean, it definitely looked like back then, but like I said, with the accents, or the lack of accents, that's where it ended.
That's where he can't get past it.
Those accents, that inconsistency in the accents.
And the opera thing, she bursts out of nowhere like this gorgeous singing voice on stage. Like there's nothing about it beforehand.
And it just comes out.
And then one scene is her on stage singing. And it's really good. And I question where that came from also.
Understandable. I'd be questioning things too. If you're wondering, Milena Canonero did the costumes on this. She's a very famous costume designer. I actually, just on my Twitter feed today, there was a video. I don't remember who posted it up, if it was like Fandor or some one of those. Posted up a video about her. She did the costumes for like The Shining, A Clockwork Orange, Grand Budapest Hotel, Godfather, Darjeeling Limited,
Lord,
the Oceans movies. Yeah, she's pretty prolific. Chariots of Fire, The Hunger, Dick Tracy. Not a great movie, but good costumes on there.
What are you talking about? Dick Tracy, that good movie?
I don't think that would be a movie that holds up. Barry Lyndon. Yeah, she won 4 Oscars.
Speaking of man.
Yeah, prolific.
My trainer is also in this.
Yeah, this has quite a big cast. It's got Danny Houston, Rose Byrne, Rip Torn, Judy Davis, obviously Kirsten Dunst and Jason Schwartzman, as you mentioned. Asia Argento's in there.
Marianne Faithfull, Tom Hardy, Steve Coogan.
Yeah,
Jeez.
Big cast. Boastful cast. Jamie Dornan. Count Axel Versen.
Band Phoenix.
Yeah. All right, let's talk a little bit about Sofia Coppola. I think that this is probably the first movie we had you watch in her filmography. She only has she has a number of credits under her belt at this point. She started with The Virgin Suicides. That was her debut, her feature debut. She did a couple short films before that. Virgin Suicides, fantastic movie. That's one that holds up. That one definitely holds up. Now, Ryan, I think you saw that one, right? That was also with Kirsten Dunst. About the kids that kind of became obsessed with these girls, these sisters that live this really kind of sheltered life.
Yeah. I can't remember. That's about all I remember. That was a long time ago.
1999. Fantastic movie. Then she did Lost in Translation, another fantastic movie. Man, I remember when this movie came out, I was just absolutely obsessed with it.
Mm-hmm. That was
obsessed with this movie.
That's a good movie.
Yeah. Yep. Then she did Marie Antoinette. Then she did Somewhere, which is the one that came out in 2010. That was the one with Stephen Dorff and Elle Fanning. I liked that one. I think that a lot of people had issues with that one. It was kind of a polarizing movie, but I actually liked that one quite a bit. Then she did the Bling Ring, which to me was another example of style over substance. I didn't really like the Bling Ring at all.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Did you like the Bling Ring?
Wait, I saw two actually. One was newer and one was older.
Well, the Bling Ring came out in 2013, so it's somewhat newer.
Yeah.
Based on a true story about the kids who would break into celebrities' houses and steal their shit. And one of the cool things about that movie is that Sofia Coppola actually got permission to shoot the film inside of Paris Hilton's house. So during the scene when they break into Paris Hilton's house, it's like actually her house. There's some really good, visually that movie is incredible. Like incredible cinematography. But the movie itself I did not find to be very compelling. She then did A Very Murray Christmas, which was that Netflix special, the Bill Murray special. I don't know if you guys saw that one. It was kind of ridiculous. It's funny. Had its moments. And then she did The Beguiled, which we'll talk about in a minute. So what do you think, looking at her filmography as a director, what do you think of Sofia Coppola's work, Ryan?
All
right.
Definitely a few things in there I didn't realize she did, which upped the ante a little, made her a little better.
Okay, that's cool. She's had a decent acting career too. She started acting at a pretty young age. She's obviously the daughter of Francis Ford Coppola. And she was in The Godfather. She was in The Godfather Part 2. She was in The Outsiders. This is when she was Domino Coppola. She was in Rumblefish. Didn't know that. She was in the Frankenweenie short film.
Sounds like she was in everything, just about.
Yeah, she was in a lot of stuff. She was in The Godfather Part 3. She played Mary Corleone. Very kind of a... I don't know if it was a controversial role for her, but she drew a lot of flack for that role because she was so bad in it that a lot of people blamed her, I think unfairly, for bringing that movie down.
Yeah, I'm sure that it was all her fault.
Yeah,
Well,
it's one actor's fault. That really sucks.
Well, maybe, whatever. It's fine. I'm not gonna. I don't like.
This is a perfect opportunity for you. You love talking shit on child actors. Was she a child at that time?
She was older. I think she was like maybe 18 or something.
Okay.
16, 18 maybe.
That's out of your range.
Yeah. I mean, she wasn't good in it, but I didn't think she was horrible or anything. She didn't ruin the movie for me. What I was gonna say is maybe if there was concern about it, he shouldn't have hired his daughter to play that role. But whatever.
Yeah.
She was in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
All right. There you go.
Didn't really know that. It's interesting. Okay. Any final thoughts, Marie Antoinette, before we give you your drum roll?
Nope.
Quick question. Well, I have one for you. Did it? What were your thoughts about period pieces before this movie and then after this movie? You big fan of the period piece?
Period pieces are kind of cool if they're historically accurate, but I want to be fighting in my head. Is this right or is this right?
So you're a big stickler when it comes to the period piece. You want everything to be historically accurate.
I don't want to be thinking two different things happen. I want to know what really happened.
Now, you want to get down to the truth of the matter.
So with that in mind, when you're watching a period piece, do you have that Wikipedia page open? And do you have like reference books that you're kind of cross-referencing what you're seeing on the screen
I only reference in my head what I know to be the story beforehand.
Yeah, gotcha.
And in this case, I didn't know much of the story.
Now, Kevin, I'm surprised you're interested in this because you don't like biopics. This is a biopic.
No, I mean, it's a lot of things that I'm not really a big fan of, period pieces and biopics, but I've been hearing about this movie for quite some time, year after year. And I gotta say, it looks like it has great style. So that's pretty much the main reason I want to check it out.
It uses contemporary music in it, doesn't it? Does it?
I think it's like all like new wave type stuff too.
But what I'm wondering, because I'm okay with using contemporary music in period pieces, that show Harlots on Hulu does that, and it really works in its favor. In fact, I think Harlots actually takes a lot of influence from this version of Marie Antoinette. The problem that I have is like in A Knight's Tale, when the music is actually in the world. Do you know what I mean? Like, like that scene in A Knight's Tale when they start doing "We Will Rock You."
Yeah.
In the actual world.
Yeah.
And not just as part of the soundtrack.
Some people take risks, and sometimes they don't work out.
Well, that was a giant fucking fail. I wanted to walk out of the theater when that happened. As soon as that came on, I was like, I can't believe this is happening. But I do like the idea of contemporary music used as a soundtrack in period pieces, if done correctly. All right, let's go ahead and give you your drum roll, Ryan. What do you give Marie Antoinette?
4.
And that is a 4 out of 10. How are you on the runtime with this one? It's over 2 hours long, just over. Did it feel long? Was it a slog?
Yeah, because not a lot happened.
Okay. Now, do you know anything about the Beguiled? Are you interested?
I don't know anything about it.
It's unfortunate. I'm interested. I'm very interested.
I'm interested in this and the original.
I heard that this one was had a very positive response out of Cannes, and judging just by looking at the trailers, I'm all into this one. A thriller. It is a period piece, but it's a thriller. It takes place during the Civil War at a Southern girls' boarding school.
Yeah.
And they take in an injured soldier, played by Colin Farrell, I believe.
He's a con man. Motherfucker's con man. You in, Colin Farrell?
Did you say you're in, Ryan?
Yeah.
He's in. It's got phone booth Colin Farrell.
Phone booth.
I'm in on the Civil War. The fact that it's a con man.
Well, it takes place in the Civil War, but I don't expect any kind of big battles. I don't think that's going to happen.
No, but I like
just the time period.
He's conning his way into lonely women's hearts.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know if that's...
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I mean, the original of that. I don't know what Sofia Coppola has in store for the...
I'm sure she's going to bring a new... Yeah, I'm sure she's going to bring a fresh take to it. I doubt that it's going to be just...
Which is, I think that's
copy.
That's what makes it kind of interesting. I'd like to watch the original and then watch the new one.
Wait,
back
is
and see the
this the
difference.
one with all the twists?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
It might
I
have
th-
twists. Who knows?
I saw a trailer for something. I can't remember what it is last night.
And in the trailer, did it say this has all those twists?
This is
It
the
says
movie with all the twists.
there's a lot of unexpected twists.
Well, it does say an unexpected turn of events.
Well, there you go. Maybe that's it.
I don't know how many events that are unexpected turns, but there's at least one.
It's quality, not quantity, Kevin.
That's right, exactly. And it's only an hour and 34 minutes long.
Well,
Thank
now I'm
God.
definitely in.
There's one twist, and Kevin just gave it away. Colin Farrell's a con man. He's not a real soldier.
What? That's what the
Well,
original.
not a lot of people
I'm just-
saw the original
I'm
one,
just
Kevin,
reading the
including me. I didn't
synopsis
see
for
the original.
I'm sorry, okay? But if that spoiled it for you, go fuck yourself.
All right. This has Nicole Kidman, Kirsten Dunst, Elle Fanning, Una Lawrence in it. Lots of people. Lots of good people.
Fanning is a giant.
What?
Is she a
Elle
giant?
Fanning is a giant.
How tall do you think
Like
she is?
literal giant?
She's like 6'3".
Okay.
Oh,
Is
I
that your guess?
have no idea.
She was on Conan the other night. She's pretty close to this size.
Interesting.
She's 5'9".
What?
Shorter than me.
Oh shit! She
Go
had
ahead.
five.
Maybe she had big heels on.
You probably had.
She had 5 inches on.
Damn.
Isn't she a giant? Hey,
That's
isn't
why
that Elle
she
Fanning a
was
giant?
I remember I told you about her giant heels.
I thought you were talking like figuratively, like she's a giant in the industry.
No.
I thought he meant like it's an actual giant, like that she was like 8'4".
She has gigantism. Like she legitimately has gigantism. Oh my! All right, so that's three S's on the Beguiled. Then that's kind of rare that we have that coming our way. This currently has a 76% on Rotten Tomatoes. Only 37 reviews counted so far. Average rating of 7.2 out of 10. So some people are not so keen on this. I think that's pretty much par for the course with Sofia Coppola. I feel like all of her movies are either one or the other. Very divisive. So, any final thoughts, Ryan? Beguiled? Nope. All right. Fair enough. I think that's going to do it for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. You can send us your questions and topics to podcast@filmpulse.net. You can follow us on Twitter @FilmPulseNet, @FilmPulseKevin, and @MyLegsDon'tWork. And if you have a minute, take a look at our Patreon page, patreon.com/FilmPulse, and consider helping us out by becoming a subscriber. For Kevin Rakestraw and Ryan Holes, my name's Adam Patterson. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.